Hi, Aaron Darkways here. All right, so here is a new project, new month in a new year, almost new year, right? Okay, so let's hope this year is gonna be better than last one. This is first week of our month, right? So in first week, what we do is blocking. I did actually look to your video reference, and all those 3 videos are, I would say, fine. But also you have to a little bit exaggerate some stuff, especially like landings and maybe takeoffs. We simply have to, as we would say in animation, we have to push our poses a little bit more, a little bit further than what would happen in reality, right, in order to work. If you just kind of copy live action, animation comes out a bit like stiff, not right there where it's supposed to be. So let's take a look and let's go from there. All right, so big action scene, big jump. My worry right now is that big camera move that I'm just afraid we are not gonna see animation properly. Now, it might be a reason because we have just so few poses that we see movement without actually animation. So maybe that is giving me wrong impression, but at the same time it is fast camera move, and I'm just afraid that we are not gonna be seeing all these loops that the character is gonna be doing properly. Also here, when he lands, do we really want him to be so flat towards the camera, or maybe we should look at him a little bit more from this angle, like a little bit of 3/4. Maybe that would be more interesting than being completely flat, So animation wise, let's see. Like I said, I've seen your video, and of course, in your video, because it's a live action, we can say, well, that's what it is, right? But here, I think these movements that we have here at the beginning are just too much, because before I took a look at the video, I couldn't figure out what your character is doing. Without that reference video, I had a hard time. What is he doing? Because he's just too active, and because he's too active, we don't really notice that somebody hits him with something. I don't know what is it, but I think you should have something, otherwise it's just your imagination. So something should fly in and hits him in the head and then fly again or something, because we have to give him a reason why he suddenly is protecting himself and why he reacted actually like that. Why he's still not daydreaming. What's happened here, right? But if you would have some kind of moves here, I would really tone them down. It's almost like some kind of moving holds where he maybe is like, moving his legs and like kind of like being really subdued. And then when he get hit in the head, we're gonna really notice that. And he's gonna have to go from that regular whatever daydreaming thing with a little bit anticipation. He will have to duck down, and then he's gonna poof jump there, right? So it's gonna be this kind of movement, right, with this anticipation being down. Now he's gonna be look how angry he is, because I would be angry too if somebody hits me in the head with something, right? But then a very pause after, he's like, hello, like, beautiful day in the neighborhood, right? Where is the anger now? You know what I mean? You have to keep consistency. You know, if he's angry, if he's angry, then yeah. And here, these faces are neutral. This is like a face from the T pose. If he was like, what here, what actually I do like, then keep that. Because why would he go through all this ordeal of running and jumping off the building if he is like, hey boy, what's happened, man? What's up? That's what his face is telling me now. Look at him. It's like in his bathtub, soaking in warm water. So facial expressions are really important because they help to sell your scene, you know? When I say sell the scene, that means to get approved by directors or supervisors. So he's gonna turn, run. We'll need really, really good anticipation here. You know, I'm not saying that you are not aware of that, but I just want to make sure that you don't skip on it, because it has to be really really big, because he's gonna do something big after that, right? So anticipation is always as big as the action after that is following. Now, if he would have both legs here on this wall, that would slow him down here. Now, depends what kind of movement you want to do. If you want it to be fluid from you know, if you want him to be like bam 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 bo, then in that case he would put only one leg on this wall. The other one will be still coming in, but still he has to go in for anticipation, you see, and then leap. Now that leap is important because in your case what you did is boom, you see that foot is not in the contact with the wall. It has to be. There has to be a pose. In this case, we would call it push-off pose, where he needs those toes, they still have to be on this wall, while the heel will go really high. So you have to rotate it high. But the leg has to be straight, because that is a moment when he's actually pushing himself up. He's basically, you know, fighting gravity force here. So yeah, this is really important, the contact here. And maybe even a bit more with nice line of action through his spine, because here if there is no building, we would really have hard time to say what exactly he is doing. So let's maybe get him in a little bit more action pose. Think of Spider-Man. again, this feels very symmetrical, kind of. If you look, half of his body is pretty much reflecting the other half. One leg here, one leg there. So it is very symmetrical and automatically makes him less action looking. So why not to, one leg maybe one arm here and the other one there, like, so that doesn't look like left side is kind of identical to the other side. All right, this line of action, that's good. That could work. Contact. We need a contact. This one is not contact. This one is a pose that happens after contact. The contact would be probably happening with this leg that is after him. So the contact will be, let's say, the heel down, toes up, leg has to be stretched. This is a very, very first moment when he hits the ground, right? Maybe body like that, maybe arms still like that. This leg, right, is maybe still up here. But it's important that he lands first on straight leg. After that straight leg, we go down in the squash. Now, if that's your squash, it's not deep enough. This is big jump. This is not like a jump from the second step of the stairs. This is a big one. So if you go from here to there, then definitely there is a need for, like I said, big squash where he or maybe he's touched, he goes down, grabs the floor. So from this, what you got, first comes this one, and then second maybe yours, and then he has to go down, all the way down, and then from here he's gonna bounce off, boom. I like what you got here, this like tum tum tum. That's nice, and that can give really nice feeling of reality. Just study that in your video, what you have as a reference. What exactly he's doing now? Is he looking for somebody that he's going after, or he is looking like, oh, look at me, I just make a huge successful jump? I'm not sure. And then start right from here to there. In your video, what you have, it's really it has something. Okay, so that is landing, right? Your video is fine, but you have to understand that you jumped from here, that is like a 3-4 feet, and the height is a half of a foot. It's not even a foot. Now, can you imagine if you jumped from this house, from the roof, top of the roof, right? So landing would be a bit different. Your squash here is almost none. You know, you have to go down, just like I drew over there, and you know we have to exaggerate. But you know, this is nice. This hop hop, and the other one. What was the other one here? Is that no? That's not the one. Where he starts running. Yeah? So here, like I said, it kind of works even with you being so active, but at the same time, you know, in order to have this is really nice move. Look, you have to study this. Like boing, and then look this. The head goes up, the feet are going in opposite direction. So here's the first jump. I know, I thought I saw it here, but it's not. Oh, okay, here, right? So look at you, how you're hopping up and down. That, if you can get that in your animation, that would be nice. And this down position, maybe even more down, right? Squish him even lower, and then you can stretch him for that push-off pose, and so on. All right, that will be all, man. If you have any questions, let me know. Send me email. That is the best way to get me. All right, and I'm looking forward for your post for next week. So next week we are still in step mode, but now we are trying to put in all keys and breakdowns that we can, right? Breakdowns are the most important for next week because they are the ones who are giving us flexibility and that organic look. You know, with the breakdowns, we put in all these, you know, overlaps and follow-throughs, and that's what makes animation so, you know, nice and like look like a real life. You know. All right, man. See ya.